Hello there and welcome back to the northwest of the Czech Republic, where we will find the second round of the European Quad Cross Championship here in 2022, taking place here in Loket. Well, casting our minds back to Markelo, is a dominant situation for number 311 Kevin Saar. He took all 3 race victories and comes into this weekend with 75 points out of a possible 75. Good stuff there then for the young Estonian, looking to take his 5th European title this year, and he's certainly going the right way about it. But can Christopher Taveren, the man who in time practice was the fastest of the bunch, can he take the fight to him in this race? The first of 3 here this weekend. Of course, tomorrow at 11:30 in the morning, we'll have the second race taking place for the European quads, and the third and final race of the weekend kicking off at 2 p.m. And you can catch that as well as all of the other sessions here, both for the quads and the Sidecar Motocross World Championship, live on fimsidecarcross.com. Well, Kevin Saar, as we say, second fastest in the earlier timed practice, albeit by 1 second behind Christopher Taveren. But can there be a dark horse put in the mix as well? Young number 41 rider, Jan Brel, is having a good weekend this weekend. Just 16 years of age. And, well, myself and Barry saw him in the press office just yesterday. And the only way to describe him really is a young, smiley-faced, curly blonde-haired young man. And it seems to be very, very happy indeed. Not a lot will get him down. Well, he's got bags of talent and bags of speed, looking to gain experience and take the fight to the top guys in this particular championship. But slowly making their way around this sighting lap here before making their way to the gates in just a short moment. But, well, track conditions are pretty much perfect. A little bit of standing water in 1 or 2 places due to the thunderstorm that we experienced last night. And I'll tell you what a thunderstorm it was. All throughout the day, it was 27, 28 degrees, I think it peaked at here in Loket. But come 8 p.m, my word, there was a thunder and whip crack lightning all around this area of the world. And if you haven't seen the damage it caused on our respective social medias, head over to the Facebook page, WSC, and there you will see just how hard all of the guys and girls had to work to get this place back to how it was prior. Well, enough about that and more about what is going to happen in this race. Kevin Saar, as we say, out of the previous 12 races we have had for the European quads, including the 9 last season, he has won all but 2 of them. His ambition for this year is to win every race, and well, that's quite a tall mountain you've got to climb there, Kevin, but you're certainly going the right way about it with your 3 victories out of 3 in Markelo. But it is all about the run to that first corner, a wide gate funneling into that tight left-hander with a steep uphill incline as well, just to make things more interesting. Well, sidecar cross and quad cross fans have been filtering in throughout the day, and looks as though they've found residence along the many bankings we've got here around this Loket circuit. And hopefully this European Quad Cross Championship provides perfect action for them to enjoy. When we go down to the gate, we will see Christopher Taveren and Kevin Saar first and second. Of course, Miro Capuccio has been showing good pace as well, the 18-year-old German. I spoke to him in Markelo. He has good English there, certainly better than my German. And is looking forward to this weekend.
Anything's better than your German.
Thank you very much.
In actual fact, mine's up there. Sorry, I just thought I'd join you.
That's it. You join me, insult me, and go away. It's fine. I understand completely.
It's good to be back. What have I missed?
Well, we're just looking at the starting list here. As I say, Tverin fastest ahead of Saar and Cappuccio. Gviazda and Haverdil third in the championship coming into this weekend is Rick Haverdil on his CRQF.
I wonder, was Kevin Saar sandbagging? What do you think?
Whoa, that's a very good question. I'm not quite... I don't know, to be fair. Maybe he's given a little bit of a carrot in front of Tverin to chase, then he'd just take it away and go full gas. Valentino Rox is sixth ahead of Jan Proel, Ricardo Folich, Joaquin Granley and David Sousa rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because we've talked about the lack of width around here. As you look down, all the guys there, they've all got to fight their way through or be fought past or whatever. If it's narrow for sidecars, it's going to be more difficult for these, I'd have thought.
It will be, yeah. So looking at the lap times, the quads are around 10 seconds or so a lap quicker than the sidecars, but of course, like you mentioned there, the width of the circuit, especially that first turn, will make things very interesting indeed when we've got all of these guys fighting and jostling for position.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but you can take them off the line.
On 21st down to 25th there, we have Klenek ahead of Vasily Dias, Schmieder, Kimmerling and Farkaczewski, rounding out the 25th and 25 runners on his Yamaha.
It's a good turnout, isn't it? It's a 4-round, 8-race series and very, very stiffly contested. There, though, the fastest man at the moment, Tverin.
Thumbs up there from Tverin, the 23-year-old Norwegian. There is Kevin Saar, 4 times a European champion. Hence, I suspect, the gold on his jersey and trousers.
There was some talk last season of, in fact, the season before, the last full season we had, of this becoming a full world championship. Well, whether that's stalled or not, that process, I don't know. But there was some talk of it gaining world championship status. Roman Gviazda there, 416, the pole. So Polish riders seem to like this. He always gets stuck in, doesn't he?
Certainly does, Roman Gviazda. He was running strong in one of the races in Markelo, up in the 4th place or so. But a slight mistake saw him drop down to 9th or 10th in the end, unfortunately for the Polish rider. But good pace, just needs to put it together and keep it on circuit for them points.
The organisers here do a great job grading the track and keeping the facilities in tip-top condition. It's a good venue. It's picturesque. It's great scenery all around. And I think the quad, I haven't spoken to any since their first outing today, but I think the quad pilots will quite like this around here. It's good quad terrain.
It certainly is. And Kevin Saar and Tverin in their 1 minute 50 and 1 minute 51 bracket lap times, head and shoulders above the chasing field. They're in the 154s, 155s. However, saying that, there are at least 7 or 8 quad riders all within the 2-second bracket. So we could have a fight on our hands here, a hotly contested fight on our hands for the final podium position, I suspect.
2-minute board? 1 minute board even? No, 2 minutes.
I was going to say, you've got your specs on, haven't you?
Yeah, they're the wrong ones. Oh, just. We should turn sideways just as I looked at it.
That's it. The excuse book is in full force here this weekend.
Write myself note. Must tell Denicol girl to face the camera.
Yeah. There's Kevin Saar then, just getting on his crash helmet then, in preparation for this race.
When you see these guys informally in the paddock, as we did yesterday, they obviously do a lot of physical training, don't they? They definitely do. They're all in great shape. They're extremely fit. They're real athletes, and it's a very competitive sport.
There we go. I think she's heard you. She's right at the camera. 1 minute to go.
She gave me a kiss.
Good stuff there from the Denicol Lubricants girl.
Dream on, dream on.
But Miro Capuccio, who was third fastest then in the earlier time practice session, the 18-year-old German. But yeah, as you mentioned there, informally in the paddock, they're relaxed, calm, and quietly confident. But once those goggles are on and the gates drop, they're a different animal altogether.
I noticed on the spectators that were sitting on the top of the bank, there are some die-hard motocross fans here. One guy with a massive set of triple air horns and a gas cylinder to make them work. So
that is what you want.
Christopher and then taking that line, so that's both the sidecar races we've seen today have been won from that start position.
Yeah, well, whether it's the same story in the quads remains to be seen. I don't doubt that it will, but we have 25 minutes plus 2 laps to find the answer. Miro Capuccio is to the right-hand side of Kevin Saar then, as Roman Gviadster makes some minor adjustments to the terrain around his machine. Rick Hevidil, the Dutchman, on his CRQF, the number 108. Alongside him is number 68 of Valentino Rocks. Alongside Valentino, we find Jan Brel, the 16-year-old Czech, in his second European quad-cross outing. Number 94, Ricardo Folik. Wishing each other good luck there between Jan and Ricardo. There is Joaquim Granley, number 294. David Sousa with the almost sunset replication on his jersey. Then we go to number 96 of Jiri Kasper, the local rider again. Oliver Sansom is the man up next. Number 3, Oliver Sansom, the Brit. And pretty sure he is indeed the only Brit here this weekend. Zdeněk Polacek, deep in thought there. As we mentioned earlier in the live stream for this time practice, Zdeněk, the last time we saw him was at Kramelin, where he unfortunately left via ambulance, but he's assured me throughout the winter that he's been recovering well and is looking forward to this weekend. I believe he's only doing the Czech European Championships races, I should say.
Well, 25 of these starters, and they space them out quite nicely across the grid, so I think we will inevitably have a second row. Yes, we have. So 2 rows of quads. This the opening race for the second round of the quads here in Loket. 1 round in Holland and Markelo in very, very different conditions, which Bradley presided over. Those WSC stickers on the drop gate have survived remarkably well, considering they've had quads and bikes driving over them.
I think it's down to the person who applied them to the gate.
Well, but we were reliably told that the MXGP people say every time the gate drops, the stickers need replacing. I don't subscribe to that.
No, I think that may be a little bit of overkill there.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, either way, I know you were down there the other day helping out, put the stickers on various pieces of furniture.
When I was riding, I used to go and help put the gate up, only to find out how it worked.
Well, 15-second board is up then before we get this race underway. Who's it going to be? I suspect it's going to be either Taverian or Saar from the inside of the gates. 5-second board shall soon be thrown aloft. There it is then, 5 seconds. The countdown is on before the gates drop to get this race underway. The first of 3 here in Loket. A long wait before we get the gates down, and it's a good start there from Kevin Saar, but coming across there in 4th or 5th place or so. It looked as though that's going to be Jiri Kasper who's fighting up for the positions, but Kevin Saar, as you say, does what he does best and is out in front.
Taverian! That's Taverian! No, it's Taverian out of shot. Christopher Taverian out of shot, went over the front.
Well, I have to admit that I didn't quite see that. I was looking at the number 4 of Thomas Trojan, but I didn't quite see what happened to Christopher Tavera in the